They also tell us that love and loyalty alone will avail as the only sure and certain foundation of a happy and enduring marriage. Now, with these values and ideals of marriage in mind, Kenneth, do you take Marisol to be your wife?
I do.
Do you here today covenant with her? All right, now let's stop there for just a second. Now, obviously, I'm a judge, and I'm always delighted when people ask me to do a Christian ceremony. And when I do, I change some words from the civil ceremony. It's different. I add some words that draw reference to God. And one of the words is covenant. I take the word promise out, and I substitute for it the word covenant. Now, covenant means promise, but it's like a promise in all capital letters. It's very significant. It's important. When the Lord makes a covenant with us, it's to last forever. Now, I want the two of you to remember that whenever you're together and you look up in the sky and you see a rainbow, a good one that's going to stay there for a while, that's a symbol of a covenant that the Lord has painted into the sky in such a beautiful fashion. It's to draw our attention to it. The beauty draws our attention. And the idea is when we see it, we'll remember the teaching that lies behind it. Now, when a man and a woman make a covenant of marriage together, it's to last a lifetime. And it's going to be symbolized by the rings that you wear on your fingers. So as your lives go on together, I've been married 36 years, and every once in a while you kind of will notice you'll see a ring on your hand. Whenever that happens, you need to remember that that's a symbol, just like that rainbow of the covenant between the two of you. It's to last the remainder of your lives. Do you covenant with her that you will love her, honor her, cherish and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only to her for so long as you both shall live?
I do.
So do you take this good man to be your husband? Do you also covenant with him that you will love him, honor him, cherish and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only to him for so long as you both shall live? All right, now in just a moment, I'm going to ask the two of you to exchange some very solemn, very traditional, yet very familiar vows one to the other. Vows that have been said from man to woman and woman to man for centuries. They go all the way back to the beginnings of time, and they have their foundations in the Bible. But before you say them one together, let's think about them together, maybe in a little bit different way than you've ever heard before. Again, the words are familiar. You're going to take one another for richer or for poor, for better or for worse. There's no surprise in that. Probably every wedding you've ever been to, that's what you've heard the bride and the groom say one to the other. But let's think about those words together. Richer or poorer is a contrast. Contrast is like black and white, night and day, wet and dry. They're mutually exclusive, which is a fancy way of saying you can't have them both at the same time. And they're meant to tell you something, to remind you of something that's obvious, but it's very important that you understand it before you make this significant step, one to the other. And it's simply this. Marriage has two great certainties to it. Simple words. Beginning, end. Today is the beginning. It has a legal significance. I'm going to sign this document in a few minutes. It has a moral significance because I'm marrying you in the eyes of God. Those are certainties. There's also a final certainty. You're going to pledge to remain together until death do you part. Something that all of us ultimately have to deal with at the end of our days. But between the two, you've chosen each other to continue this adventure in life. No longer as two individuals now, but this unique creation we're putting together. Something brand new is being born here today. And that's your union between the two of you. You're going to walk out those doors and into a future, but the Lord doesn't let us know what's going to happen in that future. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year, not all the years the two of you will share together. Each new day that you wake up together, that new day may contain mystery. It may contain something better, or it may contain something worse. And that's what these vows tell you is the future that lies before you is to some degree uncertain. Now, understanding that, are you prepared to make these solemn commitments to face that future together, come what may? Ready to do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, now I want you to take her hand. Now, Texas rules apply. You know what that means, Kenneth?
No, sir.
That means you got to look her in the eye when you tell her this. I, Kenneth, repeat after me. I, Kenneth,
I, Kenneth,
take you, Marisol,
take you, Marisol,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to have and hold
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for richer or poor,
for richer or poorer,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
in happiness and in sorrow,
in happiness and sorrow,
to love and to cherish
to love and to cherish,
forever
forever
and always,
and always,
until death do us part.
until death do us part.
Good. All right, dear, it's your turn. I, Marisol,
I, Marisols,
take you, Kenneth,
take you, Kenneth,
to be
to be
my husband,
my husband,
to have and hold
to have and hold
from this day forward,
for this
day
day
forward,
forward,
for richer
for richer
or poor,
or poor,
for better
for better
or worse,
or worse,
in sickness
in sickness
and health,
and health,
in happiness
in happiness
and sorrow,
and sorrow,
to love
to love
and to cherish
and to cherish
forever
forever
and always,
and always,
until death
until death
do us part.
do us part.
Good. All right, the hard part's over now. Okay. Now, when I do, here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about a three-legged stool. Now, common sense tells us that that three-legged stool won't work unless those legs are in balance. Right? You can't have one leg. Three-legged stool won't work with two legs. It won't work if one of them is shorter or longer than the other two. Husband, wife, and God. All those three things have to be kept in balance for that three-legged stool to work. That's what optimally helps your marriage, is when all those things remain in balance. I also use three words in my sermon: covenant, foundations, and commitment. Now, we talked about covenant. Now, just for a minute, let's talk about foundations. Everywhere you look, there are foundations. If we went down through this carpet just a few inches, we're going to find a big old slab of concrete. Building this size, it's going to have steel in it. Common sense tells us a big cracks will occur in that concrete. It could compromise the integrity of the whole building, and the building might collapse because of the weakness of the foundation. I want you to think about that in terms of the vows that you've just made, one to the other. That's one of the foundations of your marriage, is keeping those vows. You go outside, you see some of these big trees that survived the hurricanes a few years ago. We lost thousands of trees in Harristown. In fact, one of them fell on my house. But thousands remain. And some reason they remain is the strength in their roots and their foundations. The storms came, the winds blew, but they resisted, they held, they survived. You go downtown in the city of Houston, you see some of those big buildings down there that stretch up God knows how many stories. Same principle exactly. They have girders that go deep into the ground that hold them there. Those big things wobble in the windstorms, but they stay there because their foundations are so strong. Now, what does our Lord tell us about foundation? It's one of the simplest lessons in the Bible. Build it on a rock. Now, the rock that he's talking about is his Word. It's stable. It's certain. You can always depend upon it. You can turn to it. Regardless of who you are, where you are, the circumstances under which you're in, it's always there to rely on. Now, a marriage has a foundation. It's not tangible. That is, it's not something you see like concrete or steel. It's something that you feel. Love, respect, affection, understanding. That's what makes the solid and stable foundation upon which a marriage is based. You come in out of that big old world there, and what do you come home to find? Just like his Word is telling you, you find certainty, stability, something that you can always depend upon, something that you can trust. that's what makes that solid and stable foundation upon which the house that you live in can become a home that's supposed to be. Now, the final word is commitment. Now, that simply means that you have to learn how to compromise one or the other. I'm going to give you an example. I've been married 36 years. My wife likes orange juice with no pulp. I like orange juice with a lot of pulp, so guess what? We buy the stuff that says some pulp. We compromise. 36 years we've been together. You have to find, that's what you have to do. You have to listen to one another. You find a way to work things out. You respect, you listen. The essence of marriage is commitment. The rings are the outward and visible sign of that commitment. All right, let's give her your flowers for a second. Now let's have the ring that she will wear, please. Okay. Here, let me hear it. Yes. All right. Now let's place that one on her finger. This side. Now the band goes as a double. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just put it on. That's good. All right, dear. Let's take his. Put it on his other hand. There you go. Sure. Go ahead. All right. Now hold your hands together. Now this time I want you to repeat your vows at the same time. Okay? Together. In symbol.
In symbol.
And pledge.
In pledge.
Of the vows.
Of the vows.
That we have made.
That we have made.
With these rings.
With these rings.
We wed.
We wed.
And with our love.
And with our love.
We freely give.
We freely give.
One to the other.
One to the other.
Inasmuch as the two of you have consented to live together in holy matrimony, and based upon the authority that's vested in me, under the laws of the good and the great state of Texas, it is my honor at this time to pronounce you husband and wife.
Yeehaw!
Now what the Lord in His love has seen fit to bring here together, and with my small help here today, joins